Welcome back. Welcome back.
263.
263 UK generation. It's been
A
a
long
while. It's
time,
been a while. It's been a
yeah.
while. I have my co-host here, Mike Gushungo. Today we want to bring you a topic that is very interesting. A lot of people have been discussing and talking about this in a lot of YouTube videos. Relocating to Zimbabwe from the diaspora. But obviously, we'll not finish this discussion without talking about those that have been affected in South Africa, those who have recently moved back to Zimbabwe from South Africa. Yeah. Personally, myself, at some point, I think I'll relocate to Zimbabwe at some point when the time comes. I was born in Zimbabwe. I spent half of my life in Zimbabwe and half of my life in diaspora. So I'm still a Zimbabwean and I feel I belong there. The food, the culture, the music, everything. I haven't missed much. I make sure every other year I go, I visit, or the other time I can even visit twice a year. It all depends. Um, so there's been a lot happening, the recent changes, a lot of people buying stands, building houses, dream houses, retirement homes. We've seen it in channels, credit to Kevin Period,
Yes.
credit to Kundai Chitima, and all other bloggers who have been showing us the developments and farming that is happening within rural Zimbabwe. It's amazing. It's amazing. The chicken farms, what is it, Chena chicken?
Nema.
Jenna chicken, something like that.
Nema chicken.
Nema chicken, yes. All those people. Very inspiring videos. Yeah. We are happy. We are seeing what is happening within our country. Things are developing slowly, and it's amazing. It's amazing. I don't want to speak for Mae Gushungo, my co-host. I'll hand you over to Mae Gushungo so that she can talk about relocation to Zimbabwe from the diaspora. Maybe she'll start with South Africa. I don't know.
No, thank you for bringing this topic, because you've seen so many people they've returned to Zimbabwe and seeing the developments and people how they are resettling in Zimbabwe, having different projects. Home is home, like you said, we've been here for a long time, but then you think that as we get older, do you want to stay here forever or you want to go home? Like I say, home is home. It's that feeling yekumuka uri parusevha pako wakazorora kana ukabata kazai kako kana ukabata huku kako ukada kuti nhasi ndiri kudya nemuboora ukada kudini ala kuno kutozoti pamwe hazvisi musizini kana chibage chaicho kana mango chaikungomuka uchikunotenga mango yake umuti. It's those simple things that people take for granted, but kana uri kumba zvinhu zvaunongozoti ndingopinda chi munda ndingotora muti ndotora chi ndotora mango yangu. Saka there's been a wave, and I think vanhu pekutanga ibofunga kuti kumba kunodzokereka here kana kuti kudini, but I think nezvataona a lot pama-social media platforms munhu zvinodependa nekwauda kugara. Vamwe vada kugara mutown, vamwe vada kugara musha, but I think personally nezvangu ndotoprefera zvangu zvekumusha, because the town life taneta nayo, busy. Just want to slow down now. I think ndichiprefer zvangu kugara kumamisha as well, and tiri ikoko as well. Vanhu sezvatinongoona munhu unoita zvaunokwanisa. If you can afford, vamwe they've been building big houses, vamwe they've been building zvinongoenderana nemari yako. I think ndo zvinhu zviri machiziya. Hauzvisire munhu pressure. Kana uchikwanisa vakaimba yako diki ndizvozvo, kana uchikwanisa vaka 2 rooms ndedzako idzodzo, zvawakwanisa ndizvozvo. I think that's what matters. Nekuita zvinhu zvinoita kugenerate income uripo, like pamusha ungazomboshayaka kuti kana ukachengeta huku une usavi hwako uripo, ukarima kana muriwo wako mugarden, things like that. Ukwanisa kusa solar yako, kana uchikwanisa kusa tsime rako ndizvozvo, kana uchikwanisa kudhonza mvura kurwizi zvinoenderana nemari yako bit by bit. It's not a race. Zvinoenderana newe. I think ndo zvandingataura for the time being. Not so much pressure. Kana zvipa pressure kuti I've been diaspora and pamwe zvinhu handizvikwanisi on uchifunga kuti fanira nemari yakawanda. I think kutangira ipapo nezvaanazvo. Yeah, I think ndo zvandingangotaura.
Okay, thank you, Mike Chungo. With this discussion, let me mention the likes of Prof. Master Fencing. Thank you very much, Prof. Master Fencing. If you think and feel like you need to fence, security, your property, your gardens, everything, barbed wire, the actual fencing, in a rural place or urban, Pro Master Fencing are the real guys to do it for you. They've successfully fenced one of our projects in Murewa, which is really good. And
as a disclaimer, we are not paid by Pro Fencing.
No, we are not. We are not paid by Pro Master Fencing, but I can recommend that they are good and they are professional. Then again, there is another company, Woodcorp Solar Company, Woodcorp Engineering. They installed solar at our property, at our project in Murewa. Those are some of the companies I also recommend. If you happen that you need solar, you can also either get in touch with myself or look for them on Facebook, Woodcorp Engineering. They are very professional. I can recommend them. They are from Harare, but they can travel throughout the nation, the country, and fit the solar, that you need, whether it's 3 kVA, 5 kVA, 1 kVA, all the needs, electricity off-grid if you want to live off-grid. Borehole, we installed the borehole. I cannot remember the name now, but they drilled a very good borehole for us. It's years now, we're talking of 2024, I think, and they did the installation and all that. But a disclaimer: I'm not advertising any bore drilling company, but I'm encouraging you guys, if you have to retire, you have a project, you have a plot, you have a land, whether it's a Sabok deal or not a Sabok deal, you need a borehole. A borehole as a source of water,
if they can afford,
for drinking, for building. It's not as expensive as people think. For drilling only, you can get it up to 1,000 something. For installation, again, 1,000 something. So it's something that I also encourage, that when you want to retire off grid, you should have a borehole, you should have solar.
And they take installments as well for the ball, isn't it?
Yeah, they take installments as well. Yeah. Like what Mike Shungo said, you can start doing broilers, road runners, you can start keeping goats, you can start keeping pigs, pork,
fish farming.
You can do a lot of things, market gardening, crops, vegetables, cabbages, tobacco. You can do a lot of things, bananas. I've seen people doing avocados, apple trees, fruits, blueberries. There's a lot you can do.
Chilies as well.
Cherries. There's a lot you can do throughout the year, but I encourage you to take your time to look at the type of land that you have, the type of soil, and do what we call market research. Market research is important, because I've seen a culture of where people just do things for the sake that so and so has managed to have 100 broilers and they've been sold out, so I'm not going to do broilers. But you need to understand, each person, each farmer have got different knowledges how they look after their chicken, their broilers. So you need to have that expertise. It's not just a walk in the park. Get the knowledge that you need, then you can start embarking in a project that you want to embark in. It's not just about looking after animals or anything like that. You can start a manufacturing industry in the rural. Grow tomatoes. Start packing tomatoes. Tomatoes, prepare tomatoes in tins, in bottles.
Yeah, in those jars.
Yeah, in those jars. Yeah, and start supplying supermarkets. It's not just selling fresh tomatoes. Think big, think differently. The market is always there. You know, there are some already who do mfushkwa and all that. So there is more that you can do in terms of projects within the rural capacity, living off grid. I've heard of other people doing mushroom farming. That's something else as well. I've heard other people doing eggs, eggs. Either they just uh, get chicken for eggs and sell eggs.
Or
Some
eggs, or
some
eggs for hatching,
yeah,
isn't
and
it?
some they just buy eggs and hatch them
Yeah.
for chicks. Then they'll sell chicks. Things like that. I've seen a lot of people. They now have Australorp, black Australorp, and all other, you know, uh, is it Brahman breeds?
Yeah.
Big chicken,
Exotic breeds.
exotic breeds. Yeah, you can have some ducks as well. Yeah, there's a lot that you can do, but do not limit yourself. Do not compete with anyone.
Yeah.
Think about yourself. Think about the little that you can do for yourself.
Yeah.
Whether you are starting with 50 broilers, and see how it goes from there. Whether you are starting with only
Yeah.
two, piglets, two pigs, and see how it goes.
Go from there.
You can even start with 3 goats, 2 goats, 1 goat, and see how it goes. You don't have to have the capital of 3,000, 5,000
No.
to start a project. Start little by little, and those few steps will take you to greater heights. So, yeah, we promise that at Gushungo Heights, in 5 years' time, things would have developed into the dreams that we all dream of, But just keep coming back to this space, and we'll keep sharing the progress that we would have made. I think that's what I can only say, unless Mike Gushungo, you want to have closing remarks about this discussion.
No, thank you. I think this is a hot topic, for relocation. There are some challenges, as you know, that trying to construct things while you're in diaspora can be a bit difficult. So at times, at times, farming from the phone, to build off of the phone is difficult. That's why at times it's good as well to go to a ground, which you're not at times, reliable, at times, in Juga, but don't give up. Keep on keeping on. Yeah, and home is the best. And that's it.
Yeah, so my closing remarks from myself, Kushungo, is please let's accommodate those relatives of us, friends, colleagues who are coming from South Africa. They've gone through a lot. It is tough to be in the diaspora. The next thing that you want is to face rejection in your own country. These guys have been rejected from South Africa. And now they are coming home. What they need is peace, love, and harmony.
Yeah.
So please, I encourage everyone to accommodate them. I know it will be difficult. Some might have something, some might not have anything, but allow them to adjust, and they will start from there. Some of them will be very good. They're willing to work. They're willing to do everything. But please do not judge them. They are just human beings. And when they left the country, they wanted to fulfill their dreams. but every other dream, God has got a way of ending the dreams.
Yeah.
Yeah. So please, please, I appeal to all Zimbabweans. We are one.
Yes.
Tirima Zimbabweans tese. Yeah. Yeah. We should feel free and safe in our own country. That's the last remarks I can only say. And thanks for everyone who follows our channel, watching our channel. I encourage you to share our videos, likes, and share, and we'll keep you posted. And please, you can also suggest the topics that you want me and Mike Gushungo to be talking about now and again. But we'll try by all means to keep an eye on the trends, social media trends, on topics that might appeal to you, things that will be happening within our Zimbabwe community. Hence, today we thought talking about relocation to Zimbabwe will be ideal so
Yeah.
that we share ideas and you hear from us as well what we think about relocation, you know. Once again, 263 UK Generation, your channel, our channel. We come here to educate, entertain,
Yeah.
and inform everyone. Thank you very much.
Bye.
Bye.